Get ready for some good news and some bad news. Roll it. Welcome back to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and join the coolest window lickers in Neverwinter. For veterans, you know the drill. Smash that like button like it owes you money. And of course, become a member if you feel like supporting. And also a huge shout out to my not so many but very dedicated channel members. Thank you for your unrelenting support. You're all real ones. Now let's cut to the news. The executive producer Brett Norton shared some insights on upcoming changes or non-changes that are coming in Neverwinter, and he shared it on the Protectors Enclave Discord. He basically said, strongholds. We're trying to do some quality on life on them, but no substantial updates planned at this time. As far as PvP goes, there are no plans for any future PvP updates. For the Slab of Vecna / Wicked Lich, it's being looked at. It requires a rework of the combat power in a way that's a good chunk of work to achieve the intended effect. It will deal less damage, the correct amount, once fixed. Mirage weapons are in a similar boat as the Wicked Lich. They will be fixed, but their setup requires a lot of specific work, and specific work per class to address how they were built. It's an arduous update, similar to the fix to the Paranoid Delusion companion that took quite a bit of time to revise. We do not want to simply nerf Wicked Lich or Mirage weapons into the ground, which is why we're trying to approach these problems with care, but both are overperforming and will not be doing so in the future. That was his post earlier today. Now here's what I have to say about the post. It's truly disheartening to learn that there are no significant updates in the pipeline for Strongholds right now. Strongholds are more than just a feature. They're a cornerstone of player interaction, fostering collaboration and guild building. However, his message seems to suggest a bleak future, making it sound like the neglect will persist indefinitely. The current state of Strongholds is frankly the game's weakest link. Despite its vast potential and expansive map space, it seems they're not planning to harness it anytime soon. It's apparent that the hesitance to rework Strongholds stems from the immense effort it would require, potentially diverting resources from more lucrative module releases. The game's focus on churning out new modules, battle passes, and lockboxes for profit appears to overshadow the desire to breathe life back into the Strongholds. It's a tough pill to swallow, especially for those of us who long to see Strongholds restored to their former glory. As for PvP, well, it's no surprise that PvP in Neverwinter is on the permanent back burner. I've sensed that for a while now, and they even said they don't have plans for it long ago. The neglect PvP suffered over the years is nothing short of tragic. PvP usually adds an exciting dimension to games, but in Neverwinter, it seems to have been a thorn in Cryptic's side for various and, in my opinion, rather avoidable reasons. Some might even call it laziness, and I'm inclined to agree. There was ample opportunity in the past to ensure PvP's health and fun factor, but they chose not to invest the effort, ultimately doing a disservice to the game. This negligence has cost Neverwinter a significant number of PvP enthusiasts, notably players like Minimi 007, Rob PvP, and many others who have come and gone, likely never to return. It's a regrettable move by Cryptic, and what's even more disheartening is that there seems to be no place for PvP enthusiasts in the current state of the game. PvP used to be a source of enjoyment even with its flaws, and broken things can be fixed with enough care and attention. Unfortunately, that care was never invested, leading to the irreversible loss of PvP from Neverwinter, a missed opportunity indeed. The Slab of Vecna is on the radar for a fix, as I mentioned earlier and in a previous video. The plan is not to obliterate it, but to bring it back in line with its original design, addressing the current issue of it overperforming. However, there is no set timetable for this fix. It could roll out tomorrow, or we might have to wait a few months. As we all know, Neverwinter tends to move at its own unique pace, often likened to the speed of a turtle. But in this case, being slow with it actually might be a good thing to make sure they get it right. But we'll see. And as mentioned in my previous video, Mirage is undeniably broken. Despite some differing opinions, Brent Norton himself admitted that they aren't functioning as intended. And all the defensive stances claiming everything was fine and they are not broken in my comments can go out the window now, especially now that the person running the Neverwinter show has acknowledged the issue. So current score, 1 for me, 0 for those defending Mirage. I basically win the internet. And remember one thing if you haven't learned this lesson already. When I say something is not working, broken, or whatever else, I'm probably always going to be right. And the reason isn't because I'm being cocky, but it's because I've done my research. I just don't blurt out dumb shit for the sake of it. It's an educated assessment and not random bullshit. Anyways, essentially the Mirage finds itself sailing in the same boat as the Wicked Lich and the Slab of Vecna. They're all set to be fixed, but it's no walk in the park. Identifying the problem and then rectifying it to align with the intended design requires a considerable amount of work. Moreover, each class interacts with these items differently, adding an extra layer of complexity. While the fixes in the cards from Mirage to align with its original design, their journey might take some time. The goal is not to render them useless, but to ensure that they function as intended and remain valuable despite their current state of overperformance. So overall, I'm happy that Vecna and the Mirage will get toned down to work as they were intended to work, and disappointed that PvP is going to remain dead forever. And also the strongholds will likely also be dead forever because, well, because usually when somebody says no intention now, they said the same thing about PvP. As we know, PvP has never been touched. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Oh, and sorry for the lack of videos this past 7 days. I'm working on some very difficult editing-wise videos at the moment, so bear with me. They'll be released when they're done. Anyways, time to go. Peace.